There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. We're in fourth quarter of the Exceptional Conservative Show. Four fingers up, fourth quarter. Cam Newton is headed to the New England Patriots. And he says it's not about the money, it's about the respect. Tom Brady got both money and respect. Just want to tell you that, Cam. I'm sorry. I needed to say that. I needed to let that go tonight. Dave Milner's with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, from the Unpleasant Blind Guy show on SHR Media, shrmedia.com. You can also find him on blog. Oh, my God. It's English Defense League on blog. Oh, my God. It just escaped me. Dave, help me. Save me.
All right, kid. Hello, you. Listen, I understand how you feel. I have been as busy over here as Joe Biden's cognition tester.
Three times a day.
He's being constantly tested. Yeah, his cognition is being constantly tested. Yeah. And my God, if he becomes president, our patience is going to be constantly tested.
You're on Blog Talk Radio. There we go. You're on
correct.
Blog Talk Radio.
Blog Talk Radio is where you can find the English Defense League radio show. Yes, we had a good one today. We are actually doing a series with Usama Dagdark off of an audio that he made on the 7th of March, which is really awesome, the true nature of Islam. And he really digs into it. And people ask, well, why are you against Islam? And he lays it out. I mean, this guy has so many degrees, he's partly responsible for global warming. Ken, I don't know if you've had Usama Dagdark on your show, but he would be a great guest, man. I mean, he is fabulous. But I have to say one thing before we truly begin.
Yes.
Now, as to your commercials and the controversy involved therein, okay. Now, the one you just showed, I can't remember the name of the company that she represents. That young lady is just fine. She's happy. She's bouncy. You know, she tries to get a little bit too cute, but that's okay because she's happy and bouncy, and she's an attractive young lady. It's the sort of thing I like to see.
Yeah.
Okay. As for the other one, oh my God. Okay, first of all, her clothes look like something out of a bad Alibaba movie. and the music. The music sounds like it's something somebody made up in about 1973 for some bad softcore Italian porno. I mean, the combination is horrible. And you contrast that with the commercials that she made before she went off to Kuwait or wherever she went off to, and it's just further proof how Islam can mess up a perfectly good woman.
There you go. Perfectly good woman before she left the States. Absolutely beautiful, conservatively sexy, looked absolutely charming with some of the clothes that she picked out. Oh my God. She gets off the airplane and look what she looks like now. I'm just saying.
Maybe it's terrible. It really is. But
yeah,
them's the breaks when you make that choice.
There you go. I wouldn't go Islam. I wouldn't do it. I want you to know, Dave, that Bonnie Williams is so detestably upset right now because she wants to find me, but she can't find me outside of the chat room. I love this about this show. The technicalities I love.
That's one good thing about being the boss and running your own shop. You get to make the rules.
There you go. Dave, Giselle Maxwell, Maxwell, has been placed under Hillary Clinton watch tonight. Can you give me a little insight on Giselle and her situation?
Well, she was apparently, now, unless I'm mistaken, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, of course, I believe that she was one of the enablers, one of the people that got the little girls, little boys together, on Sex Island.
Yeah.
And
it was just for choir practice. Just for choir practice.
Of course it was. Yeah, but as I said in the chat, I'm sure this has been said before, but I'll say it here. Yes, Giselle did not kill herself. Okay, I'm just anticipating with all the dirt that they've got on these people and this pedophilia thing, Canada.
Yeah.
It goes all the way up. I don't know if it goes all the way up to the tippy top, but it goes pretty high up in our government. It goes high up in the UK government. There's a young lady named Melanie Shaw who has been in prison now for a few years over there, and she's there partly because she has information on some of the pedophilia that went on with ministers of parliament over there, and even some deaths, or at least one death that's been involved in that and everything. And she has been basically cashiered into prison. I think they've actually ruled her to be mentally unstable, so they basically put this poor woman away. And this stuff goes very high, and it goes back. And I know a lot of the lefties watching you right now are going to go, "Oh, okay, here you go to the conspiracy theory."
Exactly.
It goes back to Pizzagate. Okay, the DC police, when this happened, didn't even check it out. I know big city police departments and even small ones get their share of nutbag calls. You guys got to go over here and check out this thing. It's weird. I think this cat is burglarizing a house or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay, but to not even send someone around and look, okay, that to me is suspicious. This pedophilia thing is it's something that we have to watch out for, and we have to make sure we guard against it, and make sure that everybody knows that it can never become a civil right, because that's what they're going for.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, search back at Spreaker.com in my Unpleasant Blind Guy shows. I did a show, I think in 2018, called Pedos. It exposes it all. It's it's creepy, and it's just frightening, quite honestly, for the future of our children.
Exactly. Now, I just want you also to comment, because Jeffrey Epstein has been doing this for decades, but he's not the only one. The correlation between the rise of Islam in Britain and pedophilia through sexual trafficking. If you could speak to that.
Well, very, very briefly, it's just a continuation of what's been going on with Islamic culture and, sadly, with other cultures around the world. They don't have the same mores when it comes to sex that people in Western cultures normally do. All right, they believe in the usage of children as sexual objects, and they don't see anything wrong with it. And certainly in Islam, Muhammad did not see anything wrong with it. He married a 6-year-old girl, and he consummated that marriage when she was 9 years old. And again, to your viewers, don't get angry. Look it up at thereligionofpeace.com or look it up in the Quran. It's right there, guys. It's right there. So Mohammedans think that this kind of behavior is blessed by their prophet, so they're going to do it.
Yeah.
That, especially if it makes them feel good. That Islam is definitely the feel-good ideology disguised as a religion. They have an excuse for everything, and for everything there's an excuse. And believe me, guys, the fact that you don't hear any reporting about it going on here in the United States doesn't mean that it's not going on right here in the United States.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Milner with us tonight, conservative commentator that he is. You'll find him on English Defense League. And I want you to know, Dave, that I was kicked out of the Ghana Facebook page because I promoted English Defense League. They said that I was a racist and a individual who was Islamophobic. So thank you for allowing me to be kicked out of the Ghana Facebook page.
Oh, well, you're most welcome. I mean, listen, I feel your pain. I, along with
Jeff Mitchell.
with Jeff Mitchell, and along with Tommy Robinson and many other UK patriots and friends of UK patriots, such as myself, were kicked off of Facebook. No Facebook jailed. Our accounts are just disabled. It's not there anymore. And I'm going to speak very briefly, Ken.
Yeah.
I'd like to speak about the latest social media craze that all the big bug people are saying that everybody's got to go to. Well, we're there, so you got to go there. And that's Parler. I am most comfortable, guys, I have to tell you, on Gap. They just require a username and a password to get in there. It's complete free speech. It's very much the wild west of the internet, but you can put an honest opinion out there. Parler not only wants a username and password, they want you to sign in with a letter number group, and then they want you to have your phone on so they can text you with a secret code to get in. It's just too much to bother with. I'm probably going to be announcing shows on there and things. I promoted your show tonight on there.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to hang out there. If you want to just hang out, have a good time, maybe find some funny stuff, because I do have some humor stuff there on Gab. I really recommend Gab, and after that, MeWe. So there you go.
There you go.
There's some for your viewers.
I'm on Gab and I'm on Parler. I like Gab. The people there are they are fanatics. I can say that about Gab.
Oh, that they are.
They are fanatics, boy. You better come straight on Gab, or else you'll be eating with the rest of the shocked meat. Tonight, the UK is celebrating that it can hold on to the gold of Venezuela's Maduro as a result of its Supreme Court making a decision. I wanted to ask you about that and its impact on the UK.
Well, now I did read what you sent me on that, and it's very fascinating. They had to decide on that. The UK courts had to decide because they had their gold in the Bank of England, Venezuelan gold, and Maduro claimed it after he, quote-unquote, won the presidency over in Venezuela. But that election has been contested, of course, by the People's Assembly in Venezuela, and therefore the Bank of England did not know what to do. The acting president has also claimed the gold, and Maduro claimed the gold, and so the Bank of England said, okay, we can't make a decision here, so they threw it over to the UK courts, and the UK courts told Maduro, nah, you can't have it. And what's funny here, Ken, is Maduro is the one who brags that while 50 countries gave the acting president their nod as the real president in Venezuela, Maduro brags that Russia and China are backing him, and they've got plenty of gold already. So I would think that Maduro should just grab some gold from the Russians and the Chinese, but of course, as a leftist, he's going to want to grab all the goodies he can. He's going to want to grab all the money he can, being very ironic, but of course, all leftist leaders want to be filthy, stinking rich.
It's so true. It's so true. Their talented 10th means 90% of your money belongs to them. There you go. Supreme Court rumor tonight. It was a rumor the other day that Clarence Thomas was getting ready to step down from the Supreme Court. There's a rumor tonight that Samuel Alito is thinking about retirement as of this summer. Your thoughts on that particular rumor? And should Samuel Alito retire, replace him before the election in November?
Well, first of all, I don't know. Losing Judge Thomas would be a blow.
Yeah,
he has been the most consistently conservative justice on the Supreme Court in my lifetime, to be brutally honest. I mean, there may have been a few before that I didn't know about, but Justice Thomas has just been a a strict constructionist bulwark as for all the time that he's been on the Supreme Court. He's been magnificent. Now, as far as Justice Alito goes, so far this is all just rumors, and rumors have popped up before. But I do think that President Trump should, at the very least, have a short list handy of possible nominees for the Supreme Court that he can possibly get in there. Now, doing this before the election might be the smart move if Justice Alito is prepared to retire, because right now the Senate is in the hands of the Republicans. Okay, and if someone reasonable and conservative and a strict constructionist is chosen, they stand a far better chance of getting through than they would with the Democratic Senate, because even though some things look good right now, some other things don't look good, and it's very much up in the air where things are going to be after that first Tuesday in November.
You're right, but you know that there will be Democrat Marxists who are sitting around saying, well, you all wouldn't replace Obama, you wouldn't let Obama replace the retirement from the court during the time period that he was president, making the transition. You all wouldn't do that. You waited, and then you said that it would be the responsibility of the next president. Well, wouldn't that be the same thing? Wouldn't Biden, if he wins, be the one responsible for replacing Alito?
Well, Biden is, a responsible day for Biden is when he actually can tie his own shoes. That aside, the left are not the ones to be talking about hypocrisy. Okay, because they live on hypocrisy. They eat, drink, sleep, and make whoopee with hypocrisy.
Yep.
Okay, so, all right, their basic statement might be true, but there has to be some thought given by President Trump towards the future of the United States of America. And right now, with John Roberts betraying people, almost every decision betraying people. All right, there has to be some thought given to that, to the future of our nation, because right now we are at a point where almost all of our institutions are being used against us, or we can't access them, or they've just become a joke.
Exactly. And I just want to tell America this tonight. There are two things that you should put in your thinking cap when it comes to the election in November. Joe Biden in charge of the economy. Joe Biden in charge of the next picks to the Supreme Court. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't let him do it. Want to ask you finally, you know Act Blue. It's an organization that's basically a spin-through group that collects money on behalf of the Democrat Party and also Black Lives Matter and other leftist organizations. Apparently, they have had a record amount of cash flow recently come through. And I wonder, why isn't the Department of Justice investigating Act Blue for potential money, I forget the term, it just slipped my mind. Passing money off of the Black Lives Matter into the Democrat Party.
You don't mean money laundering?
Yep, that's it. Money laundering for $500, Alex.
Okay, well, I think it would not be a bad thing to have them do that. I mean, it is part of the job of the Justice Department to check that stuff out, or things like that out. And there is a huge surge of money now going into leftist candidacies all over the place. And Where a lot of the money is going is in local and state candidacies. The very things, honestly, that Republicans should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
If we're being honest here, there's an awful lot of money going in, and we don't really know all of the sources of that money. And honestly, before one of your viewers says, "Well, yeah, kid, what about the ones that donate to the Republicans?"
Yeah.
Check them out. Check them out too.
Mm-hmm.
Check them out as well. That's what real conservatives say. Get it all out of the shadows. Get it all out in the open. Let's see it all, and let the consequences fall where they may.
Real quick, according to Yahoo News, they did a poll, and there are only two people that meet the standard of becoming vice president if and when Joe Biden becomes president. I don't think it's a win. I think Donald Trump will be our next president. But the two persons are Senator Elizabeth Warren or Senator Kamala Harris. Your thoughts, sir?
Oh, well, your mouth to God's ears that President Trump retains his office. I mean, I've had issue with him on several issues, and there are some things that I've wanted him to do all along. I was with you on election night 2018 when I said one of the main reasons that the House flipped was because President Trump did not defund Planned Parenthood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he needs to do that, and he needs to take action also on security matters here in the United States, as we talked about last week. Now, Elizabeth Warren, okay, I can guarantee that the identity politics mob in the Democrat Party will not accept her. They will not accept her because they want a black woman. And, I've said all along that I think unless Michelle Obama steps in, which is always a surprise possibility.
Yep.
Okay, and it's going to be Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris she can debate, unless unless there are unless there's a more clever Democrat that also happens to be a veteran that's up on the stage with her. She can debate well. She looks decent, and she's a black woman. And all of those things together, I think, just make her a slam dunk over Elizabeth Warren. And I hope to God, Ken, that those are fireworks I'm hearing and not another BLM riot.
It's a mixture. It's a mixture. Ladies and gentlemen, from our live studios in Washington, D.C., I never hide anything from you all. Dave Milner, the unpleasant blind guy, is no longer. When he comes on my show, he's the man. Dave the Man Milner with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, from SHR Media. And I need your permission. I want to put your 9-minute take from your last show on my particular site so it can play during periods of time that there's no show playing. I want people to hear your great voice. It is one that's necessary for this time period.
I love that, Ken. I believe that was the conservative bite that I did on the on making Burlington, Vermont, the home of Bernie land, less safe. A city of 30,000 plus people now is going to have its police department reduced by 30% by attrition, and the money that would be spent on adding police officers is now going to be spent on social workers. And a city of 30,000 plus people now is only going to have 74 police officers. And I think that's significant, and I think that it's something that people around this nation need to watch out for, because this city council here has just given a great example of what not to do. And Ken, I'm very flattered that you want to put that conservative bite on there. Please do.
74. Dave. 74 police officers. Why don't they just go down to Andy and Barney? Why don't they just do that?
Well, either that, or if you remember the old Newhart show, they could just hire Larry and his brother Daryl and his other brother Daryl.
You might as well. Or get the McClowskys to sit on your front porch. That's the best way to do it. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Milner, God bless you, man. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
God bless you, brother. Thank you for having me on.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Dave Milner. That's a good friend of mine and a great conservative commentator in his own right. Certainly a man of magical wording and certainly a great broadcaster. Listen, we'll be right back right after this, and then I will tell you all what's going to happen this weekend with the movies. Yeah, with the movies on TECN TV. I'm Kevin McClinton, the host and president of TECN TV. We are a republic. We are not a democracy, a mob. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the best in urban conservative news, talk, and movies. Coming up, more information regarding this weekend's movies that Bonnie Williams did not pick. I'm on a roll tonight. I will be right back.